What if the NHL regular season ended today? What would the seeding be? Who would win the individual awards and who would go on and win the Stanley Cup? Playoff seeding right now looks exactly like this. We got Vegas and Minnesota, LA and Edmonton yet again, the Stars versus the Avs, Winnipeg and Calgary in the West and in the East, Florida and Ottawa, Tampa and Toronto yet again, Carolina and New Jersey. Honestly, pretty boring series there. And then finally, Washington versus Columbus. The Art Ross Trophy would end up going to Nathan MacKinnon right now, as he literally cracked 100 points last night in the NHL. The Maurice Richard, that would end up going to Leon Draisaitl. He's like 11 ahead of Mark Scheifele in the goal lead, so I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. The Norris Trophy right now, in my opinion, would be Cale Makar if the season ended today. He's got 75 points in 64 games. You could possibly give it to Werenski. He's having a hell of a year as well, but I'm not sure that it's going to end up that way. And Quinn Hughes probably going to end up third in that ballot. The Hart and Ted Lindsay, obviously the Lindsay is voted on by the players, so I can't really tell you who's going to win that. But the Hart Trophy, in my opinion, right now is none other than Leon Draisaitl. He's like, 5 points back of MacKinnon for points. He has way more goals than him. He's going to win the Maurice Richard. He's playing Selke-level defense, so my vote would definitely go to him. And finally, for the Calder Trophy, if the season ended today, in my personal opinion, it would go to Macklin Celebrini. Here we go. Game number 1 between Vegas and Minnesota. I honestly think Vegas could possibly sweep them, and they're going to dominate game number 1, 4-0. Dallas and the Avs could be a very good series, in all honesty. Honestly, could go 7, who knows? But the Colorado Avalanche, a 4-1 domination in game number 1, put up 45 shots on Jake Ottinger. Ottawa and Florida, not the series that I wanted to see. Honestly, I wanted Toronto and Ottawa, but right now headed to overtime between the Sens and the Panthers, and Anton Lundell will get it on Linus Ullmark. The worst series in round number 1 probably is Carolina versus New Jersey, and the Canes, they're going to dominate game 1. We have another rendition of LA versus Edmonton in round number 1. Hopefully things go all according to plan. We got overtime, and LA, they will steal it. Anze Kopitar on Stuart Skinner. Something about Kopitar and OT, man. Especially against the Oilers. When I'm in the building, it does not go our way. The Winnipeg Jets, honestly, are probably going to end up sweeping Calgary in the first round if they matched up. A 5-2 domination in the first game. I know for a fact Leaf fans are praying this series does not go 7. I mean, they lost to Tampa Bay in 7, beat them in 6, and they lose the first game 5-3. Washington and Columbus, I mean, the Caps, realistically, they should beat them, but they got dominated as the Blue Jackets are going to steal game 1 over the Caps 3-1. And things are not looking too great as we've completed game 1 of pretty much every single series. Minnesota and Vegas, they got to go to war yet again. I believe Vegas won game 1. They win game 2 with a third period comeback. Zach Whitecloud and Brandon Howden, I think his first name is. Braden, something like that. You never truly know what will happen in an EA Sports simulation. The Stars, they're going to tie the series up at 1 after a 4-2 win. Panthers trying to take a 2-0 series lead over the Sens, and that is exactly what they will do, despite the fact that Brady Tkachuk tried his hardest. Oh yeah, it is a battle of Brady versus Matthew in round number 1. I didn't even realize that. Carolina Hurricanes should realistically take care of business, especially with no Jack Hughes, but right now we are headed to overtime between the Devils and the Canes, and there it is. Eric Holla will score on Freddie Anderson and tie the series up. LA and Edmonton, I mean, could be a fun series, but the Oilers, they're going to dominate, take a 2-0 series lead. After 39 shots from LA, Stuart Skinner stood tall. Come on, Calgary, can we get anything going here? Oh my God, they're getting shut out 4-0, complete and utter domination. Finally, we have our first elimination game of round number 1, and the Panthers, I mean, as per usual, they're taking care of business, up 3-0 over the Sens, although they're down by 3 now thanks to Drake Batherson on Sergei Bobrovsky, as Ottawa in Canadian Tire Center does not want to get swept. I mean, Bob, 3 goals on 18 shots, 4 goals on 19 shots. He's been an utter disaster, and the Sens, they are going to dominate 5-0 and force a game 5. Realistically, the Jets, they should be able to... Oh my God, 3-0 after the first period. Logan Stanley, Gustafsson, and Vladimir Namestnikov, 4-2 after 2. It looks like the Jets are probably going to take care of business. I mean, we could hop in. It's a 2-goal game, 5-4 power play for Calgary. They don't get anything. That's a long power play, and they didn't get a single goal on it. With like 5 minutes to go. Oh, they make it a 1-goal game. Mikael Backlund. Well, late stages of the third period, the Flames, they get the red out here in, I think it's still called the Saddle Dome with 1:40 left to go. I am, of course, going to be controlling the home team. Nazem Kadri over Huberdeau. Nice save by Hellebuck. The Jets are relying on a 1-goal lead with playoff Hellebuck between the pipes. Things are not looking too great. Velarde coming in. Gabe Velarde going to shoot that. Oh my God. Damn Vladar damn near put it in his own net. Why is Dustin Wolf not playing? 50 seconds remaining here in the third period. The Flames season on the line. Back to the point. Oh no, full pressure. The Jets trying to... This would honestly... I mean, it'd probably be a 4-game sweep in real life. Wait a minute. 2-on-1. Coronado trying to go backdoor. Never mind. He's just... Okay, he's just a ghost. He was literally frozen out there on the ice. What I was saying was this series is probably only going to go 4 games in real life, but it could be a fun series. I mean, Calgary definitely the underdogs. 2 Canadian teams going at it. Could be fun with the crowds involved. Backlund over. Huberdeau's offside. I guess he didn't learn that in Florida. Blake Coleman in the zone, centering it, and Connor Hellebuck damn near fumbled that with 18 seconds to go. It's still only a 1-goal lead, so nothing is safe for the Jets right now. I probably should have pulled the goalie for Calgary. I don't know what I'm doing right now. If they get possession of it, I'm pulling the net. Dan Vladar, go to the bench. We win that draw. All right. Uyghur over to Hanley, ripping one right off the shin pads. Connor Zary in the corner, loses it to Mark Scheifele. Scheifele's going to skate it out up to Velarde. Empty net for the Flames. They're just going to let them walk in, and Kyle Connor, he will bury the empty netter, pretty much sealing the deal on this game, as the Winnipeg Jets are going to go ahead and sweep Calgary in round number 1. Somehow, some way, the Washington Capitals are actually down 3-0 to Columbus in round number 1. We got a 1-1 tie entering the third period thanks to Jake Verana, who I didn't even know was still playing hockey, and Voronikov. But wait a minute, Mangiapane in that third period, but Oliver will tie it up on Logan Thompson. That's what I mean, man. I'm not believing in Washington as a cup contender. I think they can go to conference finals, but I don't know if they're going to win it all this season. 5 minutes to go. We got a 2-2 tie here in the third period. Washington trying to force a Game 5 back in Washington. Here we go. First overtime action of the entire postseason. We got Washington and Columbus and the underdog Blue Jackets up 3-0 over a powerhouse team. Marchenko walking in. Doesn't even take a shot. Marchenko again. Logan Thompson. Easy save, though. Tons of time this overtime frame. Marchenko had the game in a stick, and, I mean, the dude didn't even take a shot on net. Oh, no. Ovi coming down. At this point, I don't know if he's past Gretzky or not. Ovi trying to go top left, blocker side. And a nice save by Merzlikins. Jacob Chikrin lose that puck. Go, Marchenko. Turn on the Jets, buddy. You got a 2-on-1. Marchenko. Move that, Marchenko. Oh, my God. Adam Fantilli was gone, and he did not want to feed him the puck. Tom Wilson to Ovi. Coming in, rebound. Werenski. Luckily, he was there over to Voronikov. He has a goal in this game, looking for a second, and looking to send Columbus to the second round. Zach to Marchenko, shooting. Nice save by Thompson. No penalty in front of the net there. I did see somebody get absolutely launched to the ice. McMichael, Connor. Oh, my God. What was that, brother? Oh, my God. Shit. Sillinger into the breakaway. Sillinger shooting. Nice save by Thompson. Van Riemsdyk over to Provorov. Again, turnover, though. Alexei Protas gonna lead it out of the zone for Washington. He's a big boy, man. He's gonna walk in. PLD, no shot on net to be had, but McMichael to Dubois. Dubois, are you going to go out here and do so? Oh, my God, one-timer. Great save on a 123 miles per hour 1T. Halfway through the overtime period, JVR just going to lose. Why is JVR playing important minutes in overtime in 2025? Like, what are we doing here? Up to, is that Kent Johnson? I think it is. Number 91, Kent Johnson. Something has to give here. Somebody has to score. Here, Luke Dubois looking. Gives over to Protas. Protas in the zone, waiting for some help. He's a big boy in the middle. McMichael, nice save by Merzlikins. Sandin, Rasmus Sandin trying to go 5-hole from like the slot or the hash marks. I don't know if that's going to work, brother. This is the NHL at the end of the day. But they are struggling to score on Columbus. Aston, oh my God. Okay, let's get the big boys out here. What are we doing here? Why do we get the third and fourth line players playing in overtime? There's not enough talent to go around in this game right now. Come on, step up there, Columbus. Oh, my God. PLD steals it. Coming in. PLD just walks into the defenseman. Okay, very interesting. My God, man. Oh, my God. What is going on with the AI right now? Oh, okay, go. Lars Eller. Oh, my God. I'm going to take a stroke. I quite literally am going to have a stroke watching this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. You know what? They don't even deserve to win. We're emptying the goal. There we go, Columbus. Going for broke here, buddy. Let's see if y'all can get to round number 2. Jake Verana, empty netter, and he just rims it around to Lars Eller. And there is the game winner. The Washington Capitals will force a game number 5. After losing in game 1, the Stars rallied off 3 straight. They got a 3-1 series lead. They're down by 3 in this game, so it looks like we might have game number 6 as they get utterly dominated 6-1 in Game 5. Let's see if the Panthers can eliminate the Sens. They're down by 2 after 1, down by 3 after 2. Oh my god, feasting on Bobrovsky. 37-year-old Bob is not in his prime anymore after allowing 7 on 24 shots. Carolina trying to do what Florida could not. Eliminate the other team in 3 games. I mean, 3-1 win. They get the job done. Dougie Hamilton. They don't have Jack Hughes. So New Jersey, they are cooked come playoff time. All right, the Tampa Bay Lightning, I believe, have a 3-1 series lead over the Leafs. 1-0 game entering the third period. 1 goal and 19 shots. Hopefully Joseph Woll's not starting. There we go. Mitch Marner on Andrei Vasilevsky. We got ourselves a tie game. Tampa Bay has a power play. Can't get anything on it. Halfway through the third, and there is Steven Lorentz on Vasi, giving Toronto the lead. Well, Joseph Woll, of course, when the lights were the brightest, he folded, and Tampa Bay, they tied the game up at 2. We got some OT on our hands here. Potential series-defining game. I'm literally dyslexic. Tampa Bay has a 3-1 series lead over the Leafs. The Leafs trying to come back. Matthew Nyes doesn't get a shot on net. Braden Point up to Nikita Kucherov. Let's up the forecheck here there, Tampa Bay. Let's leave the zone early. Yeah, F playing defense. Matthew Nyes going to sauce it over on his backhand. Nyes still has it. Nyes shooting. Doesn't get a shot on net. Kucherov moves up to Braden Point. Here we go. Let's see what Tampa Bay can do. Just walking around to the defenseman, but Jake McCabe actually got a piece of Point there. I mean, he had him burned wide. I don't know what happened. I guess the computers, they don't know how to accelerate in this game. Moves it on. Is that Max Domi? Max Domi, no way. He's scoring the OT winner. Matthew Nyes coming in. Just dumps it in deep. Playing smart hockey here in overtime. Taylor Radish. Oh my god, Radish. Get in the weight room, bud. Get in the weight room, bud. Max Domi. Overtime winner. And the Leafs, they are going to force a game number 6 back in Toronto. Here we go. Washington again. They were down 3-1. Oh, they're up 3-1 in this game. Ovi has a pair. Tom Wilson has one. 4-1 lead entering the third. And there will be a game 6, I believe. Not a game 7. Vegas trying to close the show here up against the Minnesota Wild in Minnesota. We got a 1-1 tie entering the third thanks to White Cloud and Chazone, but Marcus Foligno gets one on Aiden Hill. Not really the greatest goaltender in the world, not the most reliable at that. And right now Vegas trying not to go back to Vegas for a game 7, but Minnesota holding on to a 2-1 lead on the power play now. They don't get anything on it though. 3 minutes to go. The Wild, can they hold on? They cannot. Well, Vegas, they tied the game up late in the third period, and they're trying to close the series out here in Minnesota. Now, Minnesota, I don't really classify them as a real Stanley Cup contender. They had a great season. You can't really lie with the season they had. They were like top 3 at the beginning of the year. Had a little bit of injury problems. Kind of balanced out. Kaprizov, low-key, carrying their squad right now is Mark Scheifele and Kyle Connor have the most points in the first round. What on earth? Hopefully we can get a nice overtime winner here. The Domi winner was not bad. You know, I jinxed it. Okay, let me pick a player here. Matthew Boldy. You are not, and I repeat, not scoring the overtime winner here in game number 6. I will guarantee it. Alex Pietrangelo moves it around. Picks it up is Nicholas Hague. Hague over to Eichel. Eichel up to Barbashev. Vegas trying to get something going here. Olofsson. Stopping, waiting, getting stripped of the puck like a hooker. Over to Zuccarello. Can somebody do something, please? Jake Middleton. These passes are marvelous. They're very, very marvelous. Matt Boldy coming to the zone. Boldy waiting, finding Middleton to Marco Rossi, and there it is. Marco Rossi, overtime winner, and we will have a game 7 between the Knights and the Wild as Minnesota, they live to fight another day. Dallas trying to close the show here against Colorado. No score after the first. Colorado's got a 2-0 lead entering the third period thanks to Lehkonen and Drouin. Even though 2 goals on what? Like 17 shots. Jake Ottinger not having a good postseason. I'm not even going to lie. Outside of 2022, he's been shaky. Rope hints, though, on Mackenzie Blackwood. And then Ross Colton will respond back to a 2-goal game 5 minutes ago. The Avs, they want more hockey. They want a game 7. Here we go. Let's see if the Panthers can close. Oh my God, Ottawa up 2-0 after the first period. 4-1 after 2, and the Sens will have a game 7 back in Florida. Let's see if Carolina cannot blow a 3-1 series lead. Oh my God, what is going on with teams that have the lead, man? They just get dominated start to finish in pretty much every single one of these games. games. I guess these matchups are pretty even as every series is going game 7. Even the one, never mind, the Edmonton Oilers, they're going to eliminate LA in 6 games. Never mind, that is also going to go to a game 7 as pretty much every series outside of Winnipeg and the New Jersey one as the Devils, they would be Carolina. I'm all over the place, man. I don't even know what is happening in the video. What I do know is the Lightning are leading to, oh my god, they were leading 3-2 in the series, but we're gonna have a game 7 against the Maple Leafs. Can the Washington Capitals do the exact same thing as they are down 3-2 in their series? Tom Wilson gives them a 1-0 lead, and never mind, Kent Johnson, he responds pretty much right away on Logan Thompson. I mean, Columbus out shooting them, but Washington, there we go. Dylan Strome gives them the lead yet again. Kent Johnson is straight up carrying Columbus right now, dude. He's on the verge of a playoff hat trick. Power play for the Caps. 5 minutes to go here in the third period. No score. It is a 2-2 tie. Nobody seemingly can take the lead. Here we go. Overtime, and Columbus, they're on the power play to start OT. 5-on-4 power play. Let's see what they can do. Full forecheck. We're going all out. Fantilli, come on, over. Veronikov gets bodied by Tom Wilson. Should have made Team Canada? Yes or not? Let me know in the comments below. Let's see if the Blue Jackets can punch their ticket to round 2. Kent Johnson, oh my god, he got laid out. No hat trick for you. How about a concussion instead? We're not even a minute into overtime right now. McMichael, over to Waugh. Is that Waugh or Roy? I don't even know. Oh, coming in, number 3. Okay, never mind. I think it's Matt Roy. I think he played on LA before. Del Belus coming into the zone. Belus over. JVR trying to go 5-hole, and Thompson is forced to cover it up. 18:47 left to go here in overtime. Shots are 35-25 for the Blue Jackets. Hopefully we can get... What is that? Okay, it got out of the zone. It got out of the zone. How am I going to complain about that? On it, though, is Lars Eller. Lars Eller coming in, and a squeaker as the Capitals will force a Game 7 back in Washington. All right, we got our first of many Game 7s between Minnesota and Vegas. Minnesota has a 3-2 series, or not a 3-2 series lead, but a 3-2 lead entering the third. They will blow it thanks to Eichel, Barbashev, and Pearson. As Vegas, they're off to round number 2. We got another Game 7 between the Stars and Colorado, and Dallas. They are going to hold on to a 5-2 lead. Game 7, Cody Ceci showed up, and they're off to round 2. It'll be interesting to see what will happen in this Game 7 between the inexperienced Sens, who do have a 1-0 lead right now. Hold on, okay. Never mind. Evan Rodriguez pretty much immediately in the third period on Linus Ullmark, and we're back to a 1-goal game. 10 minutes to go here in Game 7. The Sens are getting outshot 36-27. It is a 1-1 tie. Things are not looking too great as we are going to head to overtime. And the Sens, Game 7 OT. Who else but Ridley Gregg on Sergei Bobrovsky, and a massive upset in the Eastern Conference. All right, another rendition of LA and Edmonton. This time in Game 7 as the Oilers, they're going to not hold on in the third period thanks to Quinton Byfield. We'll go past overtime number 1. And there we go. Death, taxes, and the Oilers beating the Kings in the first round of the playoffs. I mean, we pretty much already know the outcome of this game, right? The Leafs are going to blow a lead here in Game 7. They do got a 2-1 lead entering the third. Let's see what Tampa could do. Power play for the Leafs. There we go. Braden Point on Joseph Wall. I knew he was going to crumble. He has been crumbling in all my simulations as of late. He's probably not going to be the starting goalie come playoff time, but it is what it is. 5 minutes to go. A 2-2 tie between the Lightning and the Leafs. Just trying to get out of round number 1. This has been the longest first round ever, I think, in NHL history. The amount of Game 7s that we have had. Toronto, they can't get anything. They got 43 shots on net, and there it is. Austin Matthews, Game 7 series winner on Andrei Vasilevskiy. Here we go. The final Game 7 of the first round, and we got a 1-1 tie. Alexei Protas tied the game up for Washington. Shots are 26-14. Columbus, honestly, they've been outplaying the Caps basically the entire series. Outshooting them, a lot of games outscoring them. I think they had a 3-1 series. They're up 3-0, actually. And Washington clawed all the way back to a Game 7 scenario. 1 minute to go. Never mind. Aston Reese on Logan Thompson late in the third period as Columbus is off to the second round. 50 minutes later, and we are finally out of round number 1. We got Vegas and Edmonton, Dallas and Winnipeg, Toronto and Ottawa, which will be a hell of a series, and then finally the Devils versus the Blue Jackets. The Senators, unfortunately, they are down 3-1 to Toronto right now in the first round of the postseason, down 2-1 in the game, so they got to mount some sort of a comeback here in the third if they do want to get back in this. 14 minutes to go. Shots are even, pretty much 29-28. As the Leafs holding on to a 1-goal lead, Austin Matthews gives them the insurance marker that they needed, and Toronto will dominate Ottawa in 5 games. Oilers trying to claw their way back to another conference finals appearance. Entering the third period, they do have a 4-2 lead over Vegas, 3-2 series lead as well. As the Vegas Golden Knights, they can't cheat their way to the final this time, as Zach Hyman pretty much will seal the deal on the game. And the Oilers are going back to the conference finals. Winnipeg is trying to do the same exact thing that Edmonton just did, but they are down 2-0 entering the third. They are waiting. The Oilers are waiting the winner of this series to see who they're going to play. Is it going to be Dallas again? And the Stars, up 3-0 in the third. Never mind. Winnipeg clawed their way back. Iafallo, Nino, Niederreiter, and Kyle Connor. Overtime it is. Either we are going back to Dallas for Game 7, or the Jets are going to play the Oilers in the conference finals. Thomas Harley coming into the zone. Harley, I'm going to go full attack for Winnipeg. We ain't playing no D. And, well, never mind. We couldn't even play any defenses. Thomas Harley has forced a Game 7 for Dallas. I'm honestly a little confused right now how the Devils are leading 3-2 in their series. Obviously, they have Jack Hughes in this universe. In real life, he's out for the season. Right there, he just scored the 3rd goal, and that might be the final nail in the coffin for Columbus, as they got dominated by New Jersey in round 2. The only Game 7 of the entirety of round 2. Oh my god, the Jets came out flying. Niederreiter, Pionk, Ehlers, D'Amelio, 4-0 after 2. And the Stars, they got absolutely fried in Game 7. And then there were 4. The Oilers and the Jets, the Leafs and the Devils. Who is going to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals? The Edmonton Oilers up 3-0 over Winnipeg. Well, never mind, they're down 3-0 in this game. They trying to claw their way back. It is a 1-goal game, trying to advance, sweep the Jets, move on to the Stanley Cup Finals. Jeff Skinner on Connor Hellebuyck will tie the game up at 3. We are still only halfway through the third period, so lots of time remaining. Never mind, Nino Niederreiter scores on Stuart Skinner. Gives the Jets a 1-goal lead, 4 minutes to go. Can they hold on? Playoff Hellebuyck has been shaky thus far, but the Jets, they will indeed force a Game 5. It's going to be tough for Winnipeg, man. They got to win 4 straight over the Oilers. Right now, they're trailing 3-1 entering the third period. The series is 3-1, so every game from here on out is an elimination game for the Jets. Playoff Hellebuyck in full effect as they do not mount a comeback. 3-2 win for the Oilers. They are headed back to the Cup Final. Low-key, New Jersey is on a tear here in the Stanley Cup postseason. They're leading 3-1 over the Leafs, despite the fact that we do not have a single goal entering the third period here. Toronto put 34 shots on net and still have yet to score a single one. Never mind, Bobby McMahon will pot one. William Nylander, Mitch Marner, Morgan Riley have all been very, very quiet for the Leafs throughout the entirety of this postseason, if I'm being honest. But Toronto, they're trying to hold on. Joseph Wall, shut the door here, brother. 1 minute to go. There we go. John Tavares gives them the insurance marker, and they are not getting eliminated just yet. Will we have a Game 7, or will the New Jersey Devils go on to play Edmonton in the Cup Finals? Oh my god. Really, Toronto? You're getting absolutely blown out 6-2. Nosen had 2 goals in the game. Andre Palat had 1. Kovacevic, Brett Pesce. Like, these guys are not goal scorers that are scoring these goals outside of maybe Timo Meyer. All right, the Devils versus the Oilers in the Cup Final. Best of 7. Who is going to take it? The Devils might just go all the way, man. They got a 3-1 series lead over Edmonton. 3-3 series tie, or 3-3 game tie entering the third period, thanks to none other than Darnell Nurse. But Bastien will score, giving New Jersey the lead. And 12 minutes to go. Edmonton's got to get on their high horse. It is in Edmonton as well. The Stanley Cup is in the building. We tie the game up. Thank you, Victor Arvidsson. 5 minutes to go here in the third period. Oh my god, Nico Hischier on Stuart Skin Daddy Skinner. But we tied up. Darnell Nurse's second of the game. You cannot even make this up. 4 seconds left. New Jersey scores to take the lead. I literally was just about to hop into the game, and it looks like New Jersey with Jack Hughes, they are going to go all the way as they dominate Edmonton in 5 games in the Stanley Cup Finals. They dominated Toronto. They got by, was it Washington in round 1? No, it was not Washington. It was Carolina and then Columbus. So yeah, they kind of had an easy path, at least to the Western Conference Finals. They get the job done. They beat everybody pretty much in 5 games. And this definitely is not happening in real life due to the fact that their best player, Jack Hughes, is out for the rest of the season. With him healthy, I'd give them a fighting chance. But again, right now, I don't see anybody beating Florida in the postseason, especially in the Eastern Conference. Jesper Bratt is your Conn Smythe winner. Shout out to him. But I mean, one of the West teams can probably end up beating Florida, but right now I think Tampa or the Panthers will probably come out of the East as the Stanley Cup being raised in Edmonton. Unfortunately, not for my Oilers. That's back-to-back Cup Finals losses. That's got to be gut-wrenching for Connor McDavid. As the captain, Nico Hischier, I believe he was the one who scored the game winner with 4 seconds to go, leading the New Jersey Devils to a Stanley Cup. I guess you can't blame Connor McDavid. 8 goals, 21 apples, 29 points, was a -7, but he led the entirety of the postseason in scoring. Jesper Bratt had 24, Zach Hyman had 14 goals, Kyle Connor had 12 and 23, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins had 23, Hughes 23, Mark Scheifele was good, and for the goaltenders, Jacob Markstrom rocked a .921 throughout the entirety of the playoffs. Well, at the end of the day, Jack Hughes healthy, the New Jersey Devils, I guess they're going all the way. They ended up winning the Stanley Cup if the season ended today. Obviously, the individual awards, some of them are subjective, but I think I made an unbiased opinion on who's going to win what award. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel as we are so close to 30,000 subs. And until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.